Hello everybody and welcome to this short video looking at Slice, Dice and Rice, a new fighting game that has just been released on PlayStation 4 in Europe and Australia. Not sure if it's been out in America for a while, but it's now out in all regions and it's a really good fighting game. I've got a review coming on digitallydownloaded.net, but I wanted to kind of highlight a specific part of the game that I found really fascinating, and I kind of need to show you video footage to do so. But before we get to that, the point of the game is, like I said, it's a fighting game of sorts in that it's basically a one-hit kill fighting game. Each time you land a blow on your opponent, you basically knock them out. The first person to reach 4 wins, so it doesn't have health bars and all that kind of stuff. It's a more tense fighting game because a single mistake will cost you a point, and it's quite technical even though there aren't many combos. There aren't any combos really. It's more about reading your opponent, knowing when to attack and counter-attack, and yeah, it's really good. It is really good fighting game. But the thing I really wanted to show you in this video is the music actually, because this game uses music in a way that is nothing short of brilliant. So I'll just cut to a battle and give you a sense of the music, and then I'll come back and talk a bit about it. So yes, that was the music of the game, and the soundtrack, at least a couple of the tracks, the intro track as well, if you go rewind and listen to it, was also this, they're samba, slow samba rhythms. Now samba is a type of Latin ballroom dance, and it's really notable for being quite, not heavy, but thick. It's got a great rhythm, and it's got a slowness to the movement. And that really translates well to this game because, again, it's about measurement. It's about measured attacks. It's about really kind of understanding the pulse back and forth between two opponents to really, exploit a weakness. Otherwise, they'll run all the way over you. So this samba rhythm that they have going on in the background, this kind of pulsating rhythm, really complements the action really well. So, you find yourself actually starting to play the game in tune with the music. So you find yourself kind of ducking and dodging in and out and moving to the beats of the soundtrack. This is especially noticeable because some of the other tracks in the game aren't as effective, I feel, because they're not samba rhythms, and it's a little bit harder to get a feel for the music. It's a bit harder to get a feel for the level, and as a result, I actually find it more difficult to win some battles on some maps, depending on the music that's being played. And I find that interesting because, obviously, dance itself is all about rhythm and movement. It's about moving in time with music, and fighting games are all about movement and energy as well. There's certainly rhythms that you build into your fighting games in terms of how you press the buttons and execute the combos and respond to what your opponent's doing and all that kind of stuff, which is it's very dance-like in terms of how it's executed. And I think a lot of fighting games kind of miss the opportunity to really work on that and to really make the music part of the combat experience. And I'm not sure if it's just that the developers don't really think about it in those terms or what. Perhaps they feel like the music has to be kind of high octane and really kind of pulsating loud and fast and stuff, and that's why you get a lot of fighting games like Dead or Alive or Street Fighter or Tekken that have quite painfully fast soundtracks that are all about creating energy, I guess, and creating excitement. Maybe that's the arcade roots of the genre talking. But when you come to something like Slice, Dice and Rice, which has a more measured, more thoughtful soundtrack, it really shows... I mean, firstly, it differentiates the game, so it's like nothing else that you've played out there before. But more importantly, it really creates a different tone and strength to the game, and it really starts to feel like all the pieces of the game are coming together. The art style, the music, and the actual gameplay itself are more closely linked in this game, I feel, than some other fighting games out there. And that's why this one has really caught my attention ever since I started to play it, and why I think it's really quite a brilliant little fighting game. It's more limited than some of the fighting games, but this is one that I think I'll be playing for a long time into the future, because it's just so measured and so intelligently put together, and yeah, it's really fascinating. So thanks for watching this video. Definitely check this game out if you're into your fighting games, and have a read of my review at digitallydownloaded.net. Thanks very much for watching, and we will see you at the next one.